As we gather for this brand new year, I have to admit that some of my own upbringing about the new year comes rising to the surface of my mind at this time of the year. Now, granted, when it comes to family origins, I'm pretty much a Heinz 57 edition of many backgrounds. But when it comes to New Year's, there's one tiny part of my heart that beats especially proud: my Scottish side. You know, New Year's is called Hogmanay by people of Scottish background. Nobody knows exactly why that is, but that's what they call it, Hogmanay. And one of the most important things about a new year is that you rid your life of the debris and negativity that marks the departing year. As far as your physical environment, that means cleaning the house from top to bottom, cleaning the ashes out of the fireplace, and dusting. When I was in college, I had a landlady from Glasgow. Ellen not only cleaned the house, she made her Italian husband paint the whole inside of the house once a year. He wasn't too happy about this. But this clean sweep made for room for good things to take place in the new year in that house. It's a positive thing. I'm suggesting to you that what we need to do for our own souls is very similar. Spend some time sweeping up the bad things, the leftover debris from 2022. And then think about the path that Jesus wants us to take in this shiny new year. Now, normally if we were gathered face to face on the first Sunday of the new year, we would all end up after the service out on the front portico of the church, and there'd be a bonfire out there. And we would throw pieces of paper into the fire that bore the name of the things we would like to see disappear in this new year. But because we can't gather that way today, I'm going to consign the trash pile of negatives, not to the flames, but in a modern way, to the shredder. But before we start, let's remember all of our friends and family who left us before this new year. Creator God, help us heal this holiday weekend by letting light touch our grief. We remember those who are now in the perfect peace of your presence, but removed from our sight. Cindy Tursek, who left us last New Year's Eve. John Carpenter, Ed Hamlin, Silvio Patacini, Carl Hager, Emil Gula, and just in the last 2 weeks, Shane Jennings. All of those we have loved and missed today live on in the kindness and compassion for others they have taught us to give. Amen. And as we clean sweep the old to make room for the new, we cast out things. I'm going to come down to that shredder and do exactly what I said. We cast out the following: hatred, prejudice, racism, particularly judgment against people of color, gay people, and Jewish people, and against immigrants. We cast out a culture of violence, misogyny, ageism. We cast out prejudice against people with mental illness or anxiety and depression. We cast out disrespect and aggressive political politics. We cast out exploiting the powerless, creating the working poor. And of course, we cast out greed. Greed that makes us not pay our fair share of living in our culture. And what will we invite now into their lives in the space left by the dispersal of these negatives? Well, we will paint the space with light and love. Light and love. Jesus told us what we need to do in this gospel I just read today. And Howard Thurman, the famous theologian, tells us in his famous poem how to think beyond Christmas. And it goes like this. When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and the princes are home, the shepherds are back with their flocks, the work of Christmas begins. To find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among others, and to make music in the heart. To all of us, Happy New Year. Amen.